Right, never did I ever think I was ever going to get one of these. This is the Excalibur of Star Wars model kits. So, just turning that down. I've managed to pick up, well, I've managed to get my hands on the 1/72 scale, perfect grade Millennium Falcon. Now, just to give you a heads up on the box, now, turning that back round, yeah, no, leave it the way it is, right, now this box, right, is 23 inches, or nearly 60 centimetres long, 8 inches or 200mm wide, by 16 inches or 400mm tall. Now, turning the camera back up. There we go. Now you're probably thinking, well, hold on Wayne, you model on a budget. How the hell have you afforded £349 plus? Because I've seen these, not the perfect grade, the bog standard, because there's two versions. You got the perfect grade and the bog standard. You're probably thinking, well, hold on, how have you afforded 400 quid? The cheapest I've seen, the normal one, was 349. How have you been able to afford 400 quid? Well, I haven't. If you can believe it, this was donated to me in November. I've got a friend who owns his own business, so he's fairly well off. And he says, you know, I saw him one day and he says, Wayne, because he's a modeller himself, he builds models himself, but with running a business he doesn't have much time. So he's thinking, Wayne, how would you feel about building me a 1/72 scale Millennium Falcon? And I was like one of them sex dolls off bloody Only Fools and Horses. I was like, and I says, well, yeah, I'd love to be able to have a crack at it, you know. But why can't you do it? I ain't got the time, Wayne, and because it's so big, I just won't have the time to build it. Because he's got an airbrush setup. He's got everything that I haven't got. He's got a proper airbrush setup, probably about, I don't know, anything to £1,000 airbrush setup with a proper airbrush. I use, you know, by hand cans, dry brushing. He says, I want to see what you can do with this kit, Wayne, because to be honest, you haven't had a premiere build since your Titanic in 2020, because he follows my channel. And I was like, yeah, okay, thanks for the opportunity. He says, well, watch this space, Wayne. I've got my eyes on a couple of these on eBay. I'll let you know. A couple of weeks later, he comes back up to me. I see him again. And he says, Wayne, I've managed to pick my hands up one. He says, I don't know which version it is. I didn't really look at it. But I picked it up for 249 quid. And I was like, that is a real bargain. So he brings it to me, dropped it off. And I says to him, I don't know where you're going to put this. You know, because he said he'd build it. He says, no, Wayne, where are you going to put it? And I was like, are you effing kidding? Well, I didn't say effing, but I mean, that's how I felt. I said, are you kidding me? He says, yeah, I want you to have this, Wayne. And I'm like, wow, your generosity, I was just blown away. I was like, I can't believe it. So, new year, new model. Now, my friend, he wants to remain strictly anonymous. So, I know he's watching this, so thank you very much. I'm just, like I said in November, I'm just purely blown away. So, it's new year, new model. Right, so going back over to the Falcon itself. Now, if I just put that back there. Now, I'm leaning this on my new telly because my wife and kids bought me a new telly, 43-inch 4K telly with an Xbox One, Xbox 360, Xbox Series X for Christmas. Right, so it's a side open, well, it's a top opener. So you turn it on its side. I still can't believe you only picked this up for £249 on well chipped. You could pick up a right bargain. So putting that to one side. This is what you get. There is a ton of plastic. There's more plastic in here than a Playboy bunny's bra. Trust me, there's a lot of plastic. I mean, the book, it's like, what, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62 pages long. And that's just the book. And there it is, perfect grade. So, you get 3 compartments. You get the main compartment here, you get the subsidiary compartment here, and then all the like flimsy bits, they go in this box here. So so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, plus the stand. So that's 8 sprues just by itself in that one compartment. I'm not going to take them out of the bags, but I'll show you some of the bigger bits in a minute. There's your decal sheet, a lot of decals, and the decals actually come with a wear and tear on them as well. Now the premium grade comes with a photoetch. I don't know what them black things are. Them like, they look like black rubber pieces. I don't know. I'm going to have to stickers. So I'm going to find out what they're for. So I'll put all that back in there. Now, the detail on this is absolutely immense. I mean, if you look at that there, that's just the back piece for the engines, and look at all that detail. Absolutely beautiful. There's another back piece. There's a top piece. You've got to put all the extra bits on. There's some engine mounts and stuff. So putting them back in there. That's the one compartment. Trying to put all this back in as best I can. So that's 8 sprues in there. 9 bags I should say. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and another big piece. So that's 15. Oops, that one's a tip top plastic. You've got some clear bits as well. These are mainly for the cockpit area. So you've got like your canopy, main round or front windscreen, I suppose. You've got your clear part for your rear wall of the cockpit. So that's all that. So that's what 16 is it. Now with your perfect grade, you get like the actual electrical box. I think it's 2 or 3 batteries in there. I'm not sure if it's AA or AAA. And then you get all your wiring and your little plugs and your LEDs. So that's that. And then your little flimsy part box. You get all your wiring and your pipes. Now I'm going to think this is probably going to be as flimsy as the handrails on the lifeboat build. So that's another 4 sprues in there. And you can see how thin those pieces are. So that's like squeaky bum time with your craft knife. You're going to have to cut them off with your craft knife, or if you do use your sprue cutters, just make sure they're very sharp. And like even pushing these into place wherever they've got to go on the Falcon, it's going to be very squeaky bum time indeed. Now you get figures as well for this. You get 6 figures. So you got Obi-Wan, the older Obi-Wan, the Alec Guinness one. You get Chewbacca, Han Solo, C-3PO, Princess Leia, and no, that's Alec Guinness, the Alec Guinness Obi-Wan. That's actually Luke Skywalker. The only thing you don't get with this is R2-D2, which I was quite shocked you don't get those. So that's all your flimsy parts explained. And then going back to the book, which is, like I said, 60 odd pages long, you get like a picture of it and stuff. The figures, what they'll look like once painted. I think these figures are about the same scale as the X-Wing figure, and you know how tiny that was when I built that. So it is fairly straightforward. That's your battery pack, electrical pack with the LEDs. And it looks fairly straightforward. But it's going to be like, you know, having to sort through the sprues to try and get the ones I need, especially from the beginning. Well, that's it. That's all what's in that box. And you can see how big that box actually is. So, whoops, camera's come off my tripod, so I still can't believe this. I finally managed to get my hands on one of these. It's like Wayne's World. You'll never afford it, man. Stop torturing yourself. Live in the now. It will be mine. Oh yes, it will be mine. But that's my little box review done. It's time to get cracking on.